Are you buying the right can liners for your business? Let's talk about it on another new edition of Nexus Now. Did you know that every business in America has one thing in common? They all buy can liners. However, not all businesses buy the same can liners with the same specifications or at the same price. So why are there so many different types of can liners with different specifications at different prices? Well, let's take a look. In order to determine the right can liner for the right task, one must ask themselves these four key questions. Number one, what type of trash is being tossed into the can liner? Number two, what size can liner and gauge thickness do you need? Number three, what color can liner is required? Number four, what bottom seal do you need for maximum performance? First off, it is important to know what type of trash is going to be tossed into the can liner before a liner specification is chosen, because there are really two types of trash: lightweight trash and heavy-duty trash. Lightweight trash is ideally suited for high-density can liners. So why can't high-density liners also hold heavyweight trash? The reason being is because high-density liners are so dense they are prone to zipper or tear straight down if accidentally punctured. As a result, lighter weight trash is more ideal for high-density can liners. When it comes to high-density liners, they're very, very dense. So if you put pressure on one particular portion of the bag, they will puncture and then they will zipper. That's why they're more ideal for lightweight trash. Heavyweight trash is ideally suited for low-density can liners. Low-density can liners are less dense, and so they are able to stretch more than high-density can liners. Heavyweight trash might stretch out or make a low-density can liner teardrop, but they typically won't break open. As a result, low-density can liners are more ideal for heavyweight trash. Low-density bags are not as dense as high-density bags, and so when pressure is applied to any particular point in a low-density bag, it just stretches and stretches and stretches until eventually it will break. But what's nice about low density is that hole will now stay static and won't zipper, making low density bags a lot more ideal for heavyweight trash. So why not use low density can liners for both lightweight and heavyweight trash applications? The reason is because high density plastic resin is less expensive than low density plastic resin. This is why businesses typically use high-density can liners in their offices and bathrooms and low-density can liners in their kitchens, dumpsters, and outside landscaping. Knowing the type of trash being tossed into the waste receptacle determines whether you use low-density or high-density, which can save your operation a significant amount of money. In order to determine the correct can liner size, one must first know the size of the trash can that is being used. In these charts, we have matched up the appropriate can liner size next to each trash receptacle. As you can see, there are a variety of different waste cans that start at 3 quarts and go all the way up to 60-gallon waste receptacles. A great way to save money on can liners is to know the right size can liner for your trash receptacles. The picture below on the left is a perfect example of how a can liner that is too long with 4 to 5 inches of excessive overhang can drive up operational costs quickly. To determine the correct can liner gauge, one must first choose the size of the can liner, which is dependent on the size of the trash receptacle. The larger the trash receptacle, the thicker the gauge of the can liner needs to be in order to perform. For example, take a look at the chart down below. As the gallon capacity of the waste receptacle becomes larger, the thicker the micron gauge needs to be on the high-density can liner. Below are the can liner gauge ranges for low-density heavyweight can liners. Note that high-density can liners are gauged in microns and low-density liners are gauged in American Standard mils. Why is that? The reason high-density plastic films are gauged in microns is because high density was invented in Europe. Since Europe uses the metric system, high-density film gauges are measured in microns. Low-density plastic films have always been made here in the United States, and so our American standard weights and measurements apply with mils as our unit of measurement of the thickness of low-density films. A mil is a unit of thickness equal to 1/1000th of an inch. To convert mil to inches, take mil and divide by 1000. To convert to mil gauge, take mil and multiply by 100. A great way to save on the cost of can liners is to try using a thinner gauge in your waste receptacle to see if the can liner will still perform. If your trash weighs too much, you might have to go back to the mil or micron gauge you had before. However, if you are able to down gauge your can liner thickness or gauge, you can save a lot of money every month, and you send less plastic into landfill as well. You know, most people may not care what color their trash bags are, but it actually is one of the key points of consideration when choosing a can liner. Can liner manufacturers make a variety of can liner colors. Clear, black, brown, red, white, blue, green, yellow, and even orange are all usually the primary choices. However, the color of a can liner typically means something to your local waste company. Let's take a look. For example, green can liners usually indicate that the contents on the inside are green or compostable, so the waste company will direct this bag to their compost yard. If the bag is a certified compostable bag, then it will typically have compostable printed on the outside of the bag. Only biodegradable waste should be inserted into a compostable green bag. Red can liners are typically used only for hazardous waste. Hospitals or chemical manufacturers will use these types of bags because they are picked up by special hazardous waste agencies and delivered to a waste disposal or storage yard. Blue and yellow can liners are typically used in hospitals to collect soiled linens from patient rooms. This is again a special type of collection that is delivered to a cleaning company who washes the linens for healthcare applications. Orange can liners are typically used by government transportation agencies for roadside collection and or construction. The other can liner colors are white, black, and clear. These are the most used colors for can liners because they don't have a dedicated application. White is often used in retail trash bags that are sold in supermarkets. Black is a general use color and is the most highly used color of all can liners. Although most states require that black bags have a minimum of 35% recycled content, it's not enough to compromise the performance of the bag. Too much recycled content can make a can liner weak and will compromise performance. Clear can liners come in 3 grades. Standard clear, which may have some recycled clear resin blended inside, used for basic everyday trash. Some businesses, like restaurants, prefer to use clear trash bags rather than black because they will monitor what is placed inside of the bags, which prevents theft by employees. The second grade is 100% virgin clear can liners. This means that the resin has no recycled content inside, which allows the bag to be used in food applications. Pure, clear, virgin liners that are certified by the FDA are used in food storage applications and are referred to as FDA food storage bags. The third clear can liner is more of a natural color and is translucent, typically used in high-density polyethylene can liners. The oldest of all the can liner bottom seals is the gusseted seal. The bag has a third dimension with a flat bottom. The bag is sealed at the bottom and at the corners. Although this seal allows for a pleated bottom, which might be beneficial in some circumstances, it is the weakest of the 3 can liner seals. The best application for a gusseted bottom is typically used as a box liner or for retail shipping applications. The second type of can liner seal is a flat seal, which is a 2-dimensional bag that is simply sealed at the bottom as a flat bag. The best application for a flat seal is one of 2 common bottom seals used on traditional can liners. A bottom seal is very strong, displaces the weight evenly at the bottom of the bag without any weak spots. The third type of can liner seal is the star seal. The bottom of the bag is pulled together and pinch sealed so that when it opens back up, the bottom seal of the bag looks like a star. The star seal is the strongest of the 3 seals. The bottom area of the star displaces the weight evenly, allowing the bag to be pulled up out of a can without any risk of weak spots, reducing leakage. As you can see, there is a lot to know about can liners. However, if you ask yourself these 4 questions, you can save your business operation a lot of money. First, understand the type of trash that is being tossed into the waste receptacle to determine whether you should be using a low-density or a high-density can liner. Is it lightweight or heavyweight trash? Second, know the size of your waste receptacle in order to determine the appropriate can liner size and gauge thickness. Third, determine which color of can liner is required for your operational waste application. Lastly, choose the bottom seal that best meets your needs for your application and waste management performance. If you can answer these 4 questions, you will not only save your business a considerable amount of money, but you will also improve the performance and efficiency of your operation. Thanks for joining me today on another edition of Nexus Now. Have a great day.